Guess who's back, bitches? It's the Uncultured Opinions podcast. Been gone for about 5 months now, but we're all here. The whole trio is back, kind of together. We got people in different locations.
It's like Sam came back and then Brent left.
Brent in Illinois.
Sam's like, I'm coming back to Kentucky. And Brent's
Whoever
like,
goes to Illinois for an
I'm
extended
head
amount
out.
of time is a simp. But besides that,
Are
we're
you
all
admitting
here.
that you were a simp as well?
I did never admit that.
You said whoever goes to Illinois for an extended
I
amount
did
of
say
time,
that, yes.
And you went to Illinois for an
Yeah.
extended amount of time, which would
Okay.
classify yourself as a simp.
Yeah, you were in Illinois for a while.
However you
man.
draw that conclusion, you do that. That's on you.
I guess you're a simp, man. What can I say?
Yeah. But we've missed you guys, all the listeners, all 1 million of you.
Give or take.
Yeah. Give or take 999,000. Well, 999,999.
Is there any podcast that gets like millions of views besides like Joe Rogan? I feel like
Yeah,
most
a lot of them do.
podcasts-
There's
A
like
lot of them do, actually. I think Dude Soup does.
Caller Daddy.
Caller Daddy does. Is that the Barstool
A lot
one?
of the Barstool ones do.
A lot of the Barstool ones do. Fun
That's
fact
that's
about
the goal.
Barstool, actually. I found out my
Do you know
old-
Barstool does not have a movie podcast? Shout out Dave at Stool Presidente.
At
Yeah, we got
David
you.
Portnoy.
Yeah.
My favorite person on the planet as of current. I love that man. I
Yeah.
watched a TikTok of him the other day, or today. He posted it, and it was the goldfish thing that he streamed. He's like, what the fuck do I do with this?
Yeah,
And
he's,
then
a
he's
legend.
like, people are like, put it in warm water. He's
Okay.
like, that's a bad idea.
Well, we should get back to what we're talking about, Ethan. Getting off track again,
As per usual.
per usual.
Yeah.
So, we've all been gone. It's been
I've
a
never
long...
left. I want to put on the record, I have never left.
Oh, I'm so cool. I'm Ethan. I don't leave the state of Kentucky.
No, I've left the state of Kentucky.
Ooh,
I just returned.
I love my girlfriend so much that I just suckle her nipple all day long. It's
I
true,
just
though.
like I find it so hypocritical, like how much Sam makes fun of me for going to Illinois.
But Sam was with his for 5 months.
But I was not even there, gone that long.
Me and Ethan at least tried to keep the pod going.
At
while you
least
were
Sam
gone.
didn't run from his financial struggles.
Damn.
I'm sorry.
Brent's about to just like disconnect.
Brent has left the chat.
But yeah, so we've all been gone. Kind of been doing our own thing. COVID's been
Crazy.
definitely took a hit on this small mom and pop here. But since we have the cure, hydroxychloroquine, we will be back at it again. I think we're taking daily doses of it. So we are, all three of us are good to go.
We were smart enough not to take the one that was in the fish medicine, though.
Oh,
So
shit.
we won't.
Wait, we weren't supposed to take that
Did
one.
you take the one that was mixed with the fish
I
medicine?
may have taken the fish medicine.
What was it? That couple, that lady took it, or like
Yeah,
her
then
and
they
her husband
sued
took
Donald
it,
Trump.
and then one of them died, and you're like, Donald Trump told me to eat fish medicine. I'm like,
Yeah.
first off, maybe do a little bit of research before you willingly just take something that's not meant for humans.
Yeah,
Or not confirmed by anyone other than the president, but that's neither here nor there.
true.
You know, I
But
just
on
gotta
this
say that
episode,
I'm in a COVID bunker right now. I'm not in Illinois. You know,
COVID bunker.
I got
I'm pretty sure Illinois
got
is one of like
COVID,
the
bro.
bigger states that has a bunch of cases, Brent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why you would want to be there during COVID. That's fucking crazy.
Hey, you know, I had a scare. I got a test. I'm negative, so I'm good.
You're negative for now. Did you know what they announced?
Brent, you're HIV
if you,
negative?
If you
That's
get
good.
it, you have a 3-month immunity.
Did they finally announce that?
Yeah.
Damn.
It's 3 months, though. It's not, you can get it again, but you basically
Well,
are
that's,
immune
yeah,
for like 3 months.
I mean, that's what the flu's not that long.
You're immune indefinitely if it fucking kills you.
The flu isn't that long of immunity either, though. Like, it's only yearly.
I survived the swine flu. I can survive this.
You didn't survive the swine flu. You just didn't get it.
I did get it.
You did not have swine flu?
I think I had
I
COVID.
did. I really did.
I think I got COVID back in February before it hit. Before it hit big media news, I think I had it. Because there was a while there, I was like dying. And I got tested for everything. Like, tested me for the flu and strep, and I had none of it.
Yeah.
But I was like dying.
You might have.
I couldn't, I
Dude,
could like
I
barely,
think,
like I was like dead, like super bad headache.
I
just,
think
like, couldn't
Amber
do
had it.
anything. And like,
Damn.
fuck, I was like coming. I probably shouldn't say that. But like, I was just like, I just think I had it. So it was like kind of crazy. Like it's like the chick at the urgent care was just like, yeah, just take ibuprofen.
I remember that. I remember that 'cause
Emergency.
you were so pissed.
Yeah,
You felt
I was like,
awful,
dude, I was
and
like,
he's
give me
and
some
she's-
medicine.
Yeah, I remember that because I remember you texted us. You were fucking pissed. You were so mad. You're like, I went to the doctor and like I feel like shit, and she told me to just take some ibuprofen.
Yeah, it was
She's like,
terrible.
what the
She's
hell
like,
is this?
Yeah, just take ibuprofen.
Which
and
I
drink
would be.
lots
I
of
would be
water.
annoyed too.
I was like, I'm literally only here to like get some medicine, but okay. That sounds terrible. Like, but like, I really just barely go to the doctor. But on this episode, we have some pretty huge news. That's going to be announced later on.
Later in the podcast.
You don't. They know this is a podcast. We don't have to say the word podcast.
I mean, someone might have thought it was
Br-
like a TV show.
The breaking news is that we're quitting. Pod is done. It's over.
Rip the
We're all
pod.
done.
Oh, well.
Actually,
oh, Brent quit. Now the pod can finally take off.
finally, Brent quits, and then episode's like, shoots up and shoots.
I don't.
I
Doubt
did.
It,
Oh, I didn't get
honestly.
to run it by you, Brent, but we did have some merch ideas.
We're not talking about merch ideas
Bet.
on the podcast.
We could.
We could not.
We could though. It's not like someone's gonna steal it. No one listens to this anyway.
I think Ethan's ideas are kind of stupid, but
No,
I didn't
I'm
want to tell
telling-
that to my face.
No.
He's like, "Oh, Amber can do it for us. It's all good."
Yeah, dude, do it for like free. For like.
Yeah, I know.
not
Amber's a really
free.
nice lady.
Just saying, we shouldn't outsource it. Shop local.
Well, we do shop local. But
Sure, support local businesses.
Brent, you're not even local anymore.
Brent,
Get
you
the fuck
order,
out.
you shop from Amazon like literally every day. I just spent like $200 on Amazon. I can't say anything.
Yeah, Brent's like,
Yeah, it's a weird dichotomy because like I want to support local businesses and be like, fuck you, Jeff Bezos. But it's like I love that 1 day shipping, man. I can't. Sometimes
That's
I don't
true.
order anything if I can't get it through Amazon.
Dude, when I moved to Louisville, there was one time I was like, oh shit, I need something. It was like right after we moved. And it was after midnight or whatever, but like it was like 12 or something. And I was like, fuck, I forgot to order this. And I ordered it and it literally came technically same day, but like still, I mean, it came within 15 hours. Like that's nuts. That's fucking crazy.
Jeez.
Like that's just like I want to shop local, but it's so much more convenient for me to be like, oh yeah, I can literally be like, Siri, order this on Amazon, and it'll be like, is this what you want? I'm like, yes. And it's like, all right,
Yeah, because
it'll be there in
the
2
thing
days.
is like Amazon's a solid product, like Bezos or not. Plus, it's also like I think everyone looks at the figurehead of a company as like I don't want to support that, but in turn they're not supporting the like underpaid people kind of like working. Like I
But
get
let's
it. I
be
get
real.
the
He has so much money. If we stop shopping there, it's literally not gonna matter. It's too late at this point.
well, no, everyone
exactly.
stopped shopping there. They would go out of business.
Yeah, but Jeff Bezos would still be a billionaire.
I mean, if he liquidated everything,
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying, though. Like, it's too late. We can't bring him down. Unless he makes a ton of financial decisions, which obviously isn't going to happen. So we might as well just shop on Amazon. That's my point. I mean, it is what it is.
It is
What it is.
what it is.
What it is.
But back
Have you
to
seen
us.
that TikTok? It is what it is. And then,
Yes,
like, 6 people
everyone-
go,
literally
it
everyone's
is
seen
what
that
it
TikTok.
is.
wasn't
but
that meme
back
like
to this
4
pod.
months ago?
Jesus Christ. If Brendan interrupts me one more time, I'm gonna come to Illinois and slap him in the face.
Ethan interrupts you more than I do. What the fuck?
Yeah, Ethan just interrupts everybody though. Like I'm used to it.
This is true.
Ethan's like, hey, let's just go on a huge tangent and not stay on topic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's like,
I was
let's
gonna-
talk about politics and rich people. Yay!
I never brought up politics.
You
I
brought up
was,
Donald Trump.
That's true. But, like, that was...
Dude, anytime you mention Donald Trump, that is bringing up politics.
I was editing episode 21 and I was like, all right, let's have a word from our sponsor. And Ethan goes on like a 10-15 minute tangent. Like, hold on, real quick. I want to talk about this. And it takes like 10-15 minutes to get to the sponsor.
Well, yeah, I mean that's classic. I mean, you guys also were doing Hamilton, which is like kind of politically charged anyway. So
They tried to cancel Hamilton.
yeah, I know because he's a slave owner. But
Talk about cancel culture, is that too?
we'll do that
Too-
later in the
that's too
podcast. We need
dangerous.
to get into what we're talking about. So, as you will kind of see, this podcast is not necessarily going to be about a movie. We might have a little news here and there that I think
We
Brent
have no movies
is going to bring
to-
forward. Yeah, I haven't watched any movie ever.
I've watched a ton of
I've
shit.
actually watched 0 movies in my lifetime. But we're just going to talk about us, and then we'll get into some news. So, Brent, what have you been doing for the past 5 months?
Vibing.
Start us at the
honestly.
beginning, Brent.
No, that's
Okay.
gonna take a while.
Maybe not. That might be depressing too. Okay.
It just gets worse.
What are some big changes in your life that have happened in
Yeah,
the past
there
2 months, Brent?
There we go.
I can't talk about all my changes on the podcast, but I
Brent,
will
why?
tell you.
Brent, just because your first pube grew doesn't mean you can't talk about it.
No, life has been pretty good and pretty rough. I've enjoyed.
Pretty good, pretty rough. It's one or the other. It
Well,
can't be both.
the sex.
No, life is more complex. I'm tired of people being like, you have to be for or
He did
against
not hear
something.
that.
It's like things
We'll
can
hear
be
it when he listens
complex,
to
man.
that.
Anyway, but it's like things have been good, things have been bad. I've enjoyed kind of like trying to keep the pod up, like during quarantine. And that's been.
It's like I'm trying to keep the pot up, but then it took him literally 3.5 weeks
That's-
to edit one
that's-
episode.
Brent, my
That's
favorite thing is
literally
now
why I
making
said
definitions about you. We'll be at work and I'll start making a definition about you. And my new thing is Brent's definition of keeping up the podcast.
Is
May 1st, record an episode.
May 27th.
August 31st, release that episode. Okay, well, what else has happened, Brent, besides
it's not that
keeping up with the podcast?
No, just to be clear, I said that because I didn't want to be like, oh, I've been keeping the podcast up. I said trying because we've been pretty bad about it.
Trying is still a
Yeah.
stretch.
Yeah, we have been bad, but this is the start of consistency.
This is the start of consistency. We've said that 4 times, but this is the
This
real
is the
start of
real start.
consistency.
I'm down for that. No,
Okay,
not
Brent.
Much of month has really been happening. I guess I
Nothing
moved up
much.
to Illinois.
Nothing. You haven't done anything. You just been in your apartment
Vibed.
the whole time.
Did you get a new job? Did you go somewhere? Like, do we really have to drag it out of you?
I hate you.
Do you
guys so
wanna-
much.
You can be
Don't let me
super
talk.
vague.
Brent,
and still
do you
say
not
it
want to
happened.
talk about it?
No, I'm just.
He didn't pick it up.
Yeah, because I can't hear Sam.
He said, "Do you want to talk about it?"
No, not really.
Brent, like, then literally just say, "I got a new job and I moved." Like, you can be vague and still be informative. You're not like you're not on like a recon mission where you can't talk about anything.
I literally never. You guys don't let me fucking talk, or I would have said it. Damn.
Is that accent?
We're letting you talk right now.
All right,
have
then
the floor.
then shut up for 2 seconds. I.
Okay, silence.
All right, so I just want
Not
to say
you.
I hate Sam and Ethan. No, but I guess I haven't been doing much. Got a new job, moved up, playing a lot of video games lately.
Brent, when you say moved up,
Do you have
did you
to
like
stick on every word I say?
Brent, when you say moved up, did you like
You mean
move up the food chain or like what is going on?
Technically, he
I,
moved up
I
the
moved up the
geographically.
United States of America.
that geographically he moved.
Well, no,
up.
geographically moving up would be like moving into the sky.
No, not if you
That's-
count up as north.
That's not geographically. That's like
Ergonomically.
No, I don't know. That's
gravitational.
yeah, whatever that is. But where'd you move to, Brent?
I moved to a good old Illinois, Illitown.
Illitown.
I think you might be the only person that calls it Illy Town.
Illitown.
I think Brent just got canceled by every person in Illinois.
Nah. Illinois people can't talk because they're always being like, "Oh, you from Louisville?"
You can't roast your town, Brent.
No, he's roasting Illinois people for not being able to pronounce Louisville.
Are
It's
you
not.
called Illinoisans? Illinoisans? Illinoisan. Illinoisans?
I think
My
they're
mom-
Illinois, right?
Illinois.
Yeah, that's what it is.
No, that would be the plural if there was more than one Illinois.
No, that's what they call the people of Illinois.
Or Illinois.
Because the University of Illinois is the Fighting Illinois. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes.
I've never heard
Yeah.
that before in my entire life.
Fighting Illinois. So it's like doesn't have the OIS. It's just ILLINI.
But anyway,
My mom's always like, so you're moving up to Illinois? Like, how's that rent in
that's
Chicago?
biggest pet peeve.
And I'm
It's
like,
like
it's not
this E on the end
Chicago
of
and
it.
it's not Illinois.
Anything else exciting?
Been playing a lot of games. I played Ghost of Tsushima. That game was amazing.
Was it?
Fall Guys has been really fun. The Tony
I haven't
Hawk.
played Fall Guys yet, but I downloaded it.
Fall
I'm gonna
Guys
play
is-
it tonight.
Fall Guys is so fun.
It's so
Such a great
good.
game.
I need to remind me. I gotta take my. I'm going to. Like, I'm gonna take my laptop with me so I can play. Jeez.
Bet. I played that
Excuse me.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater demo. That was lit. I keep
saw-
playing that.
I saw a fake tweet from like an interview with Tony Hawk, and it was like, "How'd you get into skating?" And like someone wrote where he said they actually made the game, so I was kind of forced into it. They made the game before I started skating, so I was kind of forced to learn how.
No, the real story is that they made the game. They put the 900 into it, and that's what forced Tony Hawk to do the 900.
Is that true?
No. He had done the 900, and they quickly added it into the game because they were
I
still
have to
making it.
credit Tony Hawk's Downhill Jam for my music taste. True story. When I started listening to rock music was because of the soundtrack in that game.
Thanks, Ethan. Pretty cool.
I remember playing
Thanks,
Tony.
Kanye. Very cool. Remember? Funniest email I've ever sent was, and it was in a team email, and someone said something stupid, and I edited that tweet. You remember that, Brent?
Yeah, I did.
It said, "Thanks, Chase. Very cool," but it was from Trump.
Bro, we loved picking on him.
That was so funny.
That's amazing.
Oh, that was incredible.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Anyway,
And then I'm replaying The Witcher 3 on PS4 on the hardest
so much time on
difficulty
his hands.
so that I can get the platinum.
Where do you get all this time?
I don't. Honestly, everything I'm telling you is over the
6 different games, and I watched it.
No, let me tell you, like, everything I'm telling you is over the span of, like, months. I come home from work and I maybe play games for, like, 2 hours or so, and then I sit on my computer. Sometimes I do pod stuff. Sometimes I just scroll through Twitter.
Sometimes he does pod. Sometimes it's last night, and that's it.
Well, if you want to be technical, I said sometimes I scroll through Twitter, and I scroll through Twitter every day for, like, 4 hours. So sometimes can be pretty a lot.
It's like
Brent, do you do anything else on Twitter?
Let's
I
talk
started
about
a lot
that
of
real
fights.
quick.
No, let's not talk about that. What happened to your
Why?
wife?
Fucking call him out. It's funny.
Nah, man.
Why? He's being a little bitch boy.
Nah, there's no reason.
He got
for
upset
it, you know?
about a
It's-
joke you made about yourself. You made a self-deprecating joke, and this kid went off the deep end. Like, it really upset him. Brent was like, "I hate myself, Tom."
Okay, I get.
We really shouldn't say that.
Okay,
Some people really do.
no,
hate themselves.
okay. If we're gonna talk about it, the story is that H3H3 launched this new cologne line. Well, they've had their cologne line, but they launched a new shirt for it. It's like this banner that says, "I have crippling anxiety," and a lot of people were getting mad about it, and I have awful anxiety. So I said something. Someone was
Have you
getting really
tried
mad about
not
it.
being
and-
anxious.
God, I wish. But I replied to someone's thing, and I was like, honestly, I mean, I like it because, like, I just, like, for me personally, I like laughing about my disability. It kind of makes me feel better about it. I'd recommend it too. I mean, honestly, like, it's pretty nice. And
Yeah, that's the best way to overcome anything. At least for most people. For a lot of people. I wouldn't say most people. That's how I feel.
and then they immediately, like, sent, like, in the matter of 2 minutes, I opened
Sent,
my
like, 6
notifications, and there
tweets.
was, like, 4 tweets. And one of them was like, "Imagine being named Brent." I'm like, "Damn, you're salty." I
mean,
like, you're tilted.
That's fair. I'd probably be pretty upset too if my name was Brent.
Yeah, true. No, every time someone says that, they expect me to get mad, and I'm like, "Damn, I mean, yeah, you're right." It's like I don't really
think
understand
anyone
it, but I've
expects
learned to
you to
live
be
with
mad.
it.
That's true. Yeah, it's like you were just like you were like I laugh about my own misfortune, and then this guy was like, "What do you mean? When I have misfortune, I cry. So everyone's supposed to feel the same way I do."
And then
He
I
was
kept
so
talking to
upset.
him.
He was so upset about the way you deal with your own
Yeah.
your own issues. He was upset about how you deal because you don't deal the same way he deals. I don't understand that.
I kept talking to him and I stayed calm because I wasn't mad at him. I even told him, I'm like, I'm not trying to argue with you because I don't really care. And I don't know. And then they just kept getting mad and everything. And then right before they blocked me, like one of their things on, what was it? One of their things on Twitter was indirect towards me. It was like, I can't really believe you have a disability. If you, what was it? It's like, if you're going to laugh about it, then I can't believe you actually have it.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
It's like, yeah, why are you going to discredit the amount of
It's
nights
like,
I've like sat in my bed?
If you don't let yourself wallow in
scared.
your own depression, then you don't. Like, if you don't, I just don't. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's like if you're trying to better yourself, then you don't really have depression. Like if you're not trying to be better, then you don't have it.
Yeah, I didn't
That's
torture
like the
myself
same
with
process,
anxiety
like,
for
you're
like
not really
my
broke if you're trying to not be broke.
whole...
Like if you have a job, then you're not broke. That's the same thing. I don't understand. The stupidest thing ever. That's a really dumb mindset to have. That's the mindset people have when they like. It's the victim mindset, where it's like everything's awful and it's everyone else's fault and you can't get out of it. Like I'm not saying life doesn't suck sometimes, but like some people just like to wallow at the bottom. They like to have excuses.
Yeah, it gives them an excuse to not succeed.
Exactly.
Yeah, I didn't really torture myself
like
with
the whole
anxiety
victim
for like my
complex.
whole life for people to be like, oh, you don't have it because you laugh at yourself.
Exactly. It's
Like-
the stupidest
like-
thing.
That's the one way I'm able to like make me feel better about what I have is to laugh about it. Like, oh, I'm depressed as fuck. That's funny. What have you fellas been up to?
Sam, you want to go first for me? You have probably a lot more.
I can go first.
Yeah, Sam's
So,
probably got a lot of things that I'm interested about.
Me and Brent for a while were
In Chi-Town,
both
Illinoisans.
illy bros.
Illy bros.
Is that what Brent
Illy
calls them?
bros.
We're both illy bros. So yeah, guess COVID hit back in March, and we started working from home. So I was like, might as well spend time with my girlfriend who's currently like working in Chicago. So it's up there for the whole time.
You didn't anticipate it to be until now, right?
No, I
Like, when you
definitely
were
don't. Well, I was like up there, and I'm like, what's the biggest thing? Like I'm half annoyed, half not, because like I've been still paying rent here.
yeah, that's kind of annoying.
So it's like if I would have known it was gonna be 5 months, I wouldn't have paid 5 months of rent.
Right. But it is what it is.
Yeah. So it's just like
Like it could have been worse though. Like in hindsight, like we could have been part of the group that got laid off, but we weren't. So like,
and that's anything. I'm still grateful for like being able to go home and all that stuff. So then was just working from home in Chicago. It was a pretty fun time. Definitely a whole different vibe. Like we really barely drove my car. It's super interesting, like being in the city.
yeah.
Just because
I was
like
wondering how.
you
I
just
do have a
like
question for you.
order a bunch of stuff usually. What's your question?
So like, how long were you and your girl dating before you didn't move in, but you moved in for a bit, like unintentionally, like it wasn't really the plan.
Yeah.
That's kind of what happened, but like you did move in with her for
Yeah.
5
So we had
months,
like
which was not the plan. But how long were you together before that?
so like we were. It's like a really long story.
So because you weren't really
She was
talking
like,
for that long, right?
well, kind of. So we've been friends. I don't know how. So one of my other friends was like, they went to high school together, and like that's how I met her. And then like she visited Louisville, and like we were hanging out, and like nothing happened. So then like we were just like chatting, like we occasionally Snapchat. So I'd say like over the course of like last year, like things just like got like progressively serious like in the second half of the year. So then like
'Cause I knew you had gone up to see her, but I was
yeah,
under
but
the
that
assumption
wasn't until
But I was like, it was late last year. Like I feel like was this
It
like
was
the
even-
fourth time you're going up to?
yeah. So this is
Chicago?
where
It's
it
like it
was
wasn't that-
actually the first time I saw her was in January.
Oh, so it was.
Well, like it wasn't the first time I saw her, but it was the
But
first
you-
time like I was like
You
visiting.
saw her while you were serious.
Yeah. Well, we weren't even like that was like the first time like we were like probably going to be serious.
Gotcha.
But
So it
like, and then we
started in
visited,
January,
and then that's
so-
when we started like dating. Was in January, and then like we had like done visits like every month or every couple weeks since then.
And then you went up.
So like I went in
Indefinitely.
I went in February for Valentine's Day, And then like we had a whole plan when March hit that like she was gonna come down because it was like my birthday weekend, or it was like the week before my birthday. Because I had like really big plans to go to Cincinnati for my birthday to see like Jack Harlow and all that stuff.
And then everything got shut down.
And then like the weekend she was gonna come down is kind of when COVID was like getting really crazy, and like she lives in Chicago, granted, so like it was one of the like it was New York City,
It was
and
like
then
right
LA.
It's like right when they're talking about like, hey, don't travel.
Yeah.
Stuff. I think
Because it was like
Timeline's
it was like New York City, LA, were like getting hit, like starting to get hit. So then like Chicago, big city, like it's a lot of worry. So then, essentially, like she was worried because like she has a cat too, so like she has to get someone to watch the cat when she comes down. So then, she, like the Thursday before I was gonna go up there, like their mayor had a thing, and they were kind of like, "Hey, don't travel a bunch. Like, don't travel out of the city." And then her job was like, "Okay, we're moving everyone to work from home." And then I was kind of like, "Okay, I'll come visit you at least like this weekend, just because like I can't come up next
Oh
weekend."
yeah, that's right.
That was my birthday.
Wasn't it like?
So then I went up there on like this. I was working nights at this time.
Yeah, it was Friday.
So I
after
literally
work.
I left Thursday night
That's
after
right,
work,
because you took off
and
Friday.
I drove through the night.
I
Yeah,
remember,
didn't you have
'cause
to like? Didn't you have to like come back or something?
At the what?
Brent, you're
Isn't
cutting
that
out.
the weekend that they announced work from home? And
Yeah, so that's what I'm getting to it.
Fuck,
So it's
we
like,
might lose it. It's starting to rain. I hope it's getting kind of fishy. So,
okay.
all right.
Well,
Anyway,
hopefully
if
we don't have
lose-
technical
if we
issues
lose it,
because of
then we can do
storms.
a short one or something.
But so then
It's like you got there and then they called you a couple
yeah,
hours later.
so I literally
right?
left Thursday night right after work, which is like 1 a.m, and I drove to Chicago, like, because I like driving at night a lot, and like I
It's
was
a lot
already
easier,
awake.
especially long drives.
Yeah, and there's no one on the roads.
Like I feel like Chicago would be easier to drive at night.
Yeah.
Like
So
because like you don't hit that traffic.
so I made it there like by the
Takes you an hour, like,
morning,
my house was awful.
and we were whatever, and it might have even been like a Wednesday night, and I might have taken off Thursday.
I think
that was the
I
situation.
think that sounds right too, because I'm pretty sure.
So it was a
2 days
Wednesday
off.
night, and I took Thursday off, and then so whatever. So I'm up there, and Friday hits, and like I get a text from my supervisor, and he's like, "Hey,"
We're doing work from
he's
home.
like, "Call me," because he called me and like I didn't answer. He's like, "Hey, call me." So I called him. He's like, can you come in tomorrow, Saturday morning, and pick up a computer?" And I'm like, I was like, I didn't even say that. I was literally just like, "Does any other day work?" And he was kind of just like, as of right now, he's like, "I'll check, but now, like right now, the only time I know is like Saturday."
Yeah, because I had to wait till Tuesday because
Yeah.
they had to get more in.
Yeah, so they're essentially like, if you want one now, like you have to come get it Saturday. So then, like literally, Saturday, like Friday night, we went to bed. Saturday morning, we woke up super early, drove to Louisville, grabbed all the stuff, and then drove back to Chicago because I was gonna stay there.
I think I mean.
And then, after that,
Hang on, we're paused. Well, I guess you're still.
Are
we're
you-
still
are
recording
you
on
paused?
Audacity.
yeah, I'm gonna just keep
Yeah,
recording because I'm just
keep
talking.
and then Brent.
Yeah.
Brent's been disconnected, by the way, probably because of the storm. It's going, but we're gonna keep talking, and then Brent can edit it in. I didn't stop all day.
Yeah.
There might be a weird editor cut here, but anyway, continue.
Okay. So then,
Yeah, Brent, just pretend like you're listening. All right, we should be back.
and then like so essentially, I whatever. Got back there and have been working from there ever since. And like work from home is so nice. Like you just wake up. Essentially wake up 5 minutes before you gotta be at work and just do your thing. But then this past week they were like, "We would like you to come back." And I was like, "Sure thing." So then now we're back in Louisville, and well, COVID's still here, so that is what it is.
Yeah,
But
it's kind of weird. It's like getting worse, but then better. It really makes sense. Honestly, I mean,
It's just like
if
no
we're
one really
following
has
it anywhere,
anything
it's
what
the
goes
same
on.
in every state. No one really knows what the fuck's going on. To be perfectly honest,
Yeah.
every news
Yeah,
station
especially
says-
our president.
Yeah, it's not every news station says something different. All the stats are different. No one really knows the actual severity or non-severity of what it is. So we're
Yeah,
just
it's
gonna
all
play it
gonna
by-
come
I'm
down
just gonna
to
do what
just-
we're told, I guess.
Yeah, it's just
Whatever.
all
I'll
gonna.
be
Yep.
like, honestly, I'll be a sheep at this point. It just makes life way easier. Fuck, it's coming down. Like, look at that.
Yeah, it'll be short though.
Yeah, let's hope so, because I gotta drive later. But anyway, yeah, that's weird.
So that's
Yeah,
been
see,
my life for the past 5 months.
The main reason I was asking, because I was like, you guys started talking, like you guys were like seriously dating type deal in January,
Yeah.
and then you essentially moved in with her
Yeah,
2
definitely
months
like.
later, which could either make or break a relationship. So I was kind of wondering, did that put a damper on the
Well,
relationship?
we had
or
just
did
like
did
no,
work
it was
fine?
it was fine. We had like been talking for so long too. It's like
I figured
like
since
just
you had been
Snapchatting. Like it really hadn't been like serious talking
feel
until
like it
like
would've been-
recently.
I would have been awkward
like-
if you would have just met and then done that.
Yeah, we had always like Snapchatted, but it wasn't like recent into like pretty recent that like we got serious with it. So like, I mean, we were fine. Like we get along really easily, so
I figured
that was pretty easy.
because you hadn't said anything about it being an issue. I
No.
assumed it wasn't, which is also like super lucky because that's kind of what makes it a relationship.
Yeah.
That's the real deciding factor in a relationship is if you can
Like you
live
can live
together.
together. Yeah.
I mean, especially with it being so early, like that's kind of like the real.
Yeah.
You got put to the test pretty early.
Yeah.
But I guess it worked
Yeah.
out. So that's actually really good.
It is really good.
I'm really happy that you guys were able to like make that work, because like Ethan was saying, that could be like a really difficult thing to kind
Yeah,
of,
and that could've been
especially
really
for
awkward, 'cause,
Yeah.
like,
I would have had to come
Especially
back
for
and
how
do the
long you
pod
guys have
earlier.
been
yeah,
together.
you're right. It already stopped
Yeah.
pouring. I mean, it's still raining, but it stopped pouring.
That really was like a good test, and I'm glad you guys don't hate each other after being quarantined
pretty
together
good.
for 5 months.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because me and my girlfriend live together, and like
He still hates you. It's
she
crazy.
still hates me. Yeah, but like we've been living together for a while. This is like our third place together, but like we move every time the lease is up.
Are you guys married yet?
No,
That's crazy. Wow, weird.
Stop.
Should.
Now she's gonna listen to it. She's not gonna listen to it, but she's already on it.
Yeah. We get to the end of the year.
That's true. Freaking her and Zach's
Yeah.
girlfriend.
You better hurry up, Ethan. You're not gonna have a girlfriend after 2020.
sell
It's gonna be
K-Top,
another
it-
thing that
it
makes
blew up.
2020 ass.
Dude, I was so hyped.
So
today.
Brent, we've been
I
doing
was
like
so-
stocks.
Oh,
I don't know if you can hear me because Ethan's being loud.
I want to talk.
But
about
we were
Okay.
doing like stocks, and we had this one that we were like all in on.
Yeah, Brent,
and
you
they-
know about K-Top, right?
Yeah,
We talked
Yeah.
about it in the chat.
they announced like this thing called it's
10 to
a
1 split.
reverse split.
Yeah, reverse.
So
split.
essentially, like if you have like 10 shares of the company, it now becomes one, but it also like multiplies the value of the stock by 10. So essentially, like you just own. I think the good analogy was one you sent today was like
Yeah.
if you have a bag of rocks, your bag doesn't get heavier. You just now have fewer rocks in the
But-
bag
but
that are bigger.
each rock is heavier. Does that make sense?
That's cool.
I mean, I'll explain it the exact way as what happened. So, when the reverse split happened, I had 42 shares. So what happens is they did a 10 to 1 split. So each 10 shares is now worth 1. And then I had 2 partial shares because it went from I had 42. So now I now effectively have 4 shares instead of 40. And then the 2 shares will get paid out to me however much that be worth, which is like $1 or something.
Yeah.
And then that just goes into my account. But like I was super hyped because so it's been at like 50 cents for a while now, and of course I bought in at like
Yeah.
my average is like $1.12 a share, so I'm down like $40 or whatever. I'm down a shit ton, so I got stuck bag holding it. But anyway, so like every morning I get an update, and it's usually like K-Top is down. K-Top is down to like 50 cents. K-Top's up to 51 cents, whatever. And then like I opened it today and I forgot that the 10 to 1 split went through. And it's like K-Top is up 800% to $4 a share. And I was like, bro, let's go. Like I just made like $200. So I open it up, and then instead of having 42 shares, I have 4 because it went through. I was so hyped because like, I texted Sam. I was like, bro, peep K-Top, because I just looked at the notification. And it's actually less than what I had. Like
Yeah, it's gonna keep going down.
It's
gonna
less
keep-
money. I was last week. See, it was at the beginning of last week. I was freaking like I was like right and even. I was like right at 100, and then it's like You have $68. And
Yeah.
I was like,
I'm down to
shit.
like 40.
I'm literally short like $40.
Yeah.
I'm so pissed. It's okay. It'll eventually make us money.
Yeah, it'll come
So,
back at some point.
That's also partially what me and Sam have both been doing for the past 2 months now.
Yeah.
About 2 months now. We've been
Before we get into the rest of that, here's a word from our sponsor.
and we're back. Yeah. Is it my turn to go?
Yeah.
What
So
I've been
Ethan,
doing? I
what
haven't
have you
really
been doing?
much because I stayed. I didn't go anywhere else to live. I went. I mean, we've talked about it on other pods, but I went to work from home. Like the rest of the company. I'm now back in the office. I prefer the office. I think it was nice working from home. I didn't have to go anywhere. I saved a ton on gas, but I'm definitely more productive in the office. And I will say, I was concerned going back, but I mean, it's pretty clean. Like it's all social distancing. Like no one sits next to each other. Type deal. There's not that many people back in the office. The whole 6 feet, the temperature reading and everything.
Yeah.
So like, it's not nearly as bad as I thought it was gonna be. And like, we haven't really had any issues. I don't think the only issues was when they upgraded the temperature machine. Oh, that was after you came back anyway.
Yeah, I don't even know.
It goes by a little bit. It goes by a little bit slower to get in the building, but like honestly, other than that, it's not bad. I'm back in the office. I mean, I haven't really done anything. I got a new.
Did you like move during COVID at all?
Oh, I
or-
did move during COVID. I forgot. Moved from a two bedroom apartment in Crestwood to
Everyone knows where that is, so you're good.
outside of Louisville to a 2-bedroom townhouse.
Also outside of Louisville.
And it's right in Louisville. It's on the outskirts. It's on the south end. But like, I mean, the place is nice. It's nicer than my apartment for sure. My neighbors are much better. I don't have any issues with my neighbor. I did right when I moved in, but they moved out already. He just smoked weed all the time. He was fine, I guess. He just.
Do you have a problem with smoking weed?
No, I don't have a problem with it. It just stunk of weed all the time because he smoked it in the house. I don't have a problem with weed, but like my house reeked of weed. It was super annoying.
But should probably get weed killer then.
That went away. Hang on, we might lose. I think I may have lost Brent.
I'm good.
Did I lose you?
No.
Okay. Oh, it's trying to connect me to my Wi-Fi, even though I have my LAN plugged in. But anyway, we moved. Moving was actually easier. I feel like probably during COVID, because Brent, did I lose you again? Because I keep getting kicked off.
I'm good, man. I'll text you if I'm gone.
Okay. Anyway, so I like to drive a U-Haul.
Hey, Brent, did we lose you?
Stop! It's just cutting out on my screen. So, but anyway, I had to drive a U-Haul, but there was like no one on the road, probably because no one was going anywhere. Because like we moved like middle of May, so we moved right like probably a month and a half after everyone was working from home. But like right when like everyone, like the whole city was shut down. Like it was when everything was shut down was when I moved, other than like grocery stores and stuff. So like nothing was allowed to be open at the time. So like it probably made moving super easy. I moved. I mean, that's about it. So much. I got another tattoo. Did get a tattoo during COVID, about a month ago. Yeah. It's been about 3 weeks.
How is that tattoo?
Huh?
How's it doing? How is that
It's all
tattoo?
healed.
How's it doing?
I mean, you probably can't see it. If I show it on the. Maybe you can see it. I got a boat. I'm going back again, but like I was kind of worried because like I was upset because I couldn't go get a tattoo. But like of course like a tattoo being what it is kind of concerning during a pandemic. Because like sickness and stuff. But like the tattoo parlor I go to is like super clean about it. They're only no walk-ins, appointment only. They have multiple booths. They have 3 people that work there, but there's a booth in between each person now because they spread them all out and they have big barriers up in between each. And you can't bring anyone. You have to wear a mask the whole time. Super clean. My Discord just shut down, so I don't know if I'm still there. Am I?
Just keep going.
Well, Discord shut down this time.
Turn the camera on.
Oh, my camera. See, this time it was my camera. I gotta really quick.
Just some technical difficulties.
My camera on. It's because it's storming. All right, we should be back. Anyway, Super clean actually. No issues. Of course, he did a phenomenal job, like always. I didn't even really like this time. I had no reference for him whatsoever. I called him up and I was like, "Hey, I'm trying to book an appointment." He's like, "All right, what you trying to get?" I was like, "A boat in the same style." He's like, "All right," and he was like, "Do you have any references?" And I was like, "Whatever you feel like fits." And he was like, "Okay." I went for my appointment. He's like, "Does this work?" I was like, "Fuck it, let's do it." And oh, great. So going back again, I'm gonna get a little gravestone in this little gap I have right here. I decided I'm gonna do all my small filler ones. This next one's a small one. I'm gonna do Stephen King references. That's what my other ones are. I'm gonna get a little gravestone for a pet cemetery. I think that'd be pretty dope. Be like $60 or something. Not too bad.
That's not bad.
Cause like this one, like I took out a lot of money for it. It was like it's like 150, and of course I tipped him. But like, I'm excited.
I got a question about tattoos.
Yeah.
So I heard that like tattoo artists don't really like when you show up and just give them a picture and it's like, hey, do this. Is that true, or is it like what is the meaning behind that? Do you have to be like, hey, I want this, but in like your style kind of thing?
The whole thing is if you go in and you ask for something like the exact picture and not like a reference, most respectable tattoo artists either will refuse to do it or will ask to change it or something. The reason they don't like it is because that's stealing someone else's art. So if it's not like a symbol or, like I have like the Deathly Hallows symbol, that's different because, that's like a symbol. You know what I mean?
So like the Mark of the Doomslayer, like that's fine.
Yeah,
Like,
they would do that.
Exactly, because that's a symbol. But like if you go in and like you want to like I have a bunch of other stuff that's all he used reference to draw his own. So like if I would have gone in with I have a gypsy on my arm is the best example. So I have a gypsy. If I would have gone to him I took him 2 gypsy references and I was like, I want a gypsy something like this style. And then he drew his own and it looks totally different than the references I gave him. If I took him one, I was like, I want this exact one. Or if it's a picture of another tattoo, most respectable tattoo artists hate doing that because it's art theft. You're taking someone's exact idea. If it's an original picture, does that make sense?
What if I drew it? Is that fine?
Yeah, because it's yours. It's stealing someone else's artwork.
Yeah.
So if you're like, hey, I drew this, I want this done exactly like this. I don't imagine how that would be an issue because you're the artist. Or say, same thing if you like your mom was an artist or your girlfriend or whatever, and you commissioned another person. I know some of them don't like commissions of someone else's art and them doing it because it still feels like copying. But then again, it was made for you, so it's kind of different. But like if you're just like, hey, I want this thing that I saw that's cool online and I want it exactly like this, and it's just straight up someone else's art, a respectable tattoo artist isn't gonna want to do it because it's just art theft. That's the whole meme behind that is just stealing someone else's artwork. You see it a lot of times, and almost always the one copying it is worse than the first one because a respectable artist won't steal it directly. Like that's why they ask for references, is because they'll change it up a bit. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So like the one on my arm, the first one, big one I did, looks totally different style than what I saw. And I was like, at first I wasn't digging it. And I was like, whatever, like I'm going to trust the artist. He knows how it's going to look on the skin. He's been doing this a lot longer. I was like, whatever, we'll do it. I don't care. And it turned out great. So especially from that first one, I was like, whatever he thinks is best, I'm just going to let him do. And slowly, as far as I give him less and less reference each time, unless it's something like kind of specific that I want in there. And like he always knocks it out of the park. But like, yeah, I love getting tattoos. I can't wait to be covered. Like that's my goal in life is to be totally covered in tattoos.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering because like I want to get like a lot of like video game symbol tattoos. I didn't want to like show up with
my
it
tattoo
and then have them be like,
no. Josh Smith. He goes by Smithers, a Triumph Tattoo on Baxter Avenue. Every artist there is fantastic. Like I highly, highly recommend them. But anyway, he's got a giant Mario on his arm, like full color. It's sick.
That's
so
cool.
good. But I'm like, dude, tattoos are dope. I could talk about tattoos all day.
Yeah, I'll probably get one at some point.
Dude, they're so sick. I have most, like I know what I want. Like I'm like neck and the only places I really don't want to do is face. But I would 100% get my neck tatted. Absolutely. I would do my neck last, obviously. But like, actually, I take that back. I probably wouldn't do my ass.
Oh, that's like the one place I would easily
Because like,
go.
well, see, the ass hurts more because you'd think it hurt less because it's fatty, but it hurts more. Everyone I know, every time I've seen someone talk about it, always say it hurts worse. And then, literally, no one's gonna see it unless you pull your ass out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like tattoos are for me. Like you get it for yourself, but like you also want to be able to show off your artwork. Like that's my whole thing. Like people are like, why? Like every time someone asks me, why would you do that? Why would you get that? I think the idea of being able to display someone else's artwork on my body forever is just the coolest idea. Especially like if it's actually like even more than symbols and stuff. You know what I mean? Like that's so cool. Like you're like literally a canvas. I think that's just super dope. But like, there's a couple places I wouldn't tattoo. I wouldn't tattoo my ass. Obviously, I wouldn't tattoo my dick. Probably not my face. I might get a small face one, but like, face would be like after everything else is covered. Like no options left. More than likely not any. And if I did, it would be in like 30 years.
So would it be your face before your dick or after your dick?
I would do my face before I tattoo my dick. 100%.
Part of me jokingly wants like the 21 Savage like sword on my
do
forehead. I'm not going to. But
some
part
people
of me,
do their
like,
armpits, and I don't see why. Because the only time anyone would ever see it is you're like, "Hey, look at my armpit tattoo," and that would be so incredibly painful. Because my elbow sucked ass. Elbow was the worst. The inner arm, my last one I got was pretty bad, not terrible, but up towards the armpit, like up here, that was like the higher up, closer to the armpit you got, was the worse it got. But elbow was worse because it's straight on bone. That was terrible. I would do my hands and my knuckles, but I would do that last. I wouldn't do my feet. There's no point in doing my feet. Some people tattoo the bottom of their foot. The only bottom of the foot tattoo I think is acceptable is it's really cool. I see a lot of people where they tattoo Andy on the bottom of their foot, like from Toy Story.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I think it's pretty dope, but that's the only time I would get one. But other than that, I wouldn't get. But
hey, Ethan.
Yeah.
Can you get fuck off on your fingers? Can you do that? Yeah.
No,
like
I don't know what I want to do
like
on my
finger
knuckles,
tattoos.
Like, I feel like I want to do words on my knuckles, but I don't know what I would get. I like the idea of getting the word hope and like the O being like the Rebel Alliance symbol from Star Wars, from like A New Hope. I feel like that would be pretty cool. But like
that could be cool.
That's 100% clearly been done before. So I don't know.
Get uncultured on all.
I don't think that'll fit, bro.
Yeah, you have 4 fingers on each.
I guess you could. That is 8 letters. I don't know. That sounds like a terrible idea. If we come up with a solid logo, I would 100% get the logo tatted.
No, I'm 100% getting our logo tatted too.
If we blow up.
If we get a small, simplistic logo, as long as it's not huge, I will 100% get it done.
And we have followers.
Even without followers, I do it just because I like getting tattooed. I could use it as a filler one. But it's got to be a small, simple one. Because we're redoing the logo. Which comes into our later topic. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to throw that out there. But
okay, well, I guess Ethan.
I don't have anything else. So I mean, that was our next topic anyway.
Yeah, Ethan just ruined all the big news.
We can talk
there's
about
more
it.
big news, but
yeah. So we do have some breaking news coming into this podcast.
What all are we talking about? Is it
I'll kind of lead through
or
because I don't want to go into like super much detail. So this podcast will be pretty normal.
yes,
and release how you guys are pretty used to. But going forward, you will see lots of new changes coming to Uncultured Opinions and Uncultured as a whole.
I mean, I guess
We're just teasing it. Just a little show, little underboob. You got a little underboob right there, and then you put the shirt back down. So that's all they get. Also, like maybe like a little like top of the shaft if we're talking like male teasing. We don't discriminate here. We have both female and male teasing. So take it how you want it. That's a little inappropriate, but
no, just take it how you want it. That's consensual.
Or where you want it.
That's also consensual because it's where you want it.
True. But what if I don't want it?
Then we're not going to give it to you. that wouldn't be right.
Well, they just don't have to listen to it.
It's an option.
Yeah,
The
they just
option
don't
is
have to
there.
listen to it
But you will not be forced to if you don't want to.
until terrorist groups use it to like torture people because it's so bad. Like, we're gonna make you listen to uncultured opinions on repeat.
And then they just grab their head and snap their own fucking neck.
Yeah. But yeah, we have lots of big things coming. You'll see it roll out here in the next few weeks.
What all did we tease? We cut out.
How long did
What
I
all
cut
did
out
we
for?
tease? Brent, we teased the
Yeah.
whole thing.
No,
We said that we
you
were releasing
mentioned-
your nudes on Patreon if they subscribe. That is a tier. That's a $2 tier because they're pretty.
Bet.
They're just Brent's nudes. It's like
Brent
last-
he usually gives them out to free if you just ask them. But if you want to subscribe to our Patreon for $2 and get them, you can also do that.
The last I heard was uncultured. Would you tease that a little bit?
Yeah. So we just teased uncultured a little bit. Nothing too much about it. Might see a few more areas that we start to explore.
Yeah.
Definitely some.
I say we go.
Definitely some
I say we
merch.
go ahead and like lightly reveal it.
No.
No, we're not gonna lightly reveal it. Definitely some merch coming. Big merch ideas, I think. Ethan has one big idea that we'll probably discuss here in a little bit. Just
So then, can we go ahead and announce? Like, I mean, I guess I'm gonna say it because I'm sure we have like the rebrand. We're rebranding. We're revamping. It's not really rebranding.
are we rebranding? I mean, yeah,
I guess we are rebranding.
we are
'cause
rebranding.
We're changing
Yeah,
the logo. We're changing the
it is a
sound.
big
Oh, you're going all
rebrand.
in. Okay.
I mean, I'm not going all in. I'm just saying.
You just said everything we're
I
changing.
didn't say everything. I just said logo and it's the sound. But the sound is just like the sound of the way we do it. The structure.
Yeah, like the structure.
The structure's changing.
What's the point of teasing for two viewers though?
Because then those two people will be like, man, did you hear the tease that Uncultured did? And I'd be like, who? And then they're gonna binge all our stuff, and I'll be like, what's the tease? And I listen to it and be like, oh man, it's gonna be new. And then is this what's gonna happen? maybe a collab in the future.
Brent, that's like saying, what's the point of only teasing my girlfriend? Like you tease the
What?
people that are closest to you, Brent.
Exactly.
That's true.
See?
We should do a patron.
Yeah, we
but
will be
no.
revamping our Patreon for sure.
Yeah, totally. Don't buy into
So
that.
shout out to our subscribers that are still there since day one.
Is it just Darren?
Darren.
I think it might be just Aaron. Maybe Josh.
No, I
It's
told
just
Josh
Darren.
to cancel his when we went. He's gonna come back.
I'm telling
but I
you
didn't wanna
right
waste
now.
his money.
I'm telling you right now.
Josh is coming back. Said
There
he
is. There's definitely two people.
two. It might be Josh then.
Yes, because the money that we're getting bi-monthly accounts for two tiers.
All right then. I guess
Our-
Josh and Darren.
our-
Mostly
I think
because
our
they forgot
anonymous-
to cancel.
I think anonymous patron might be coming back.
Yeah,
Anonymous
if anonymous patron come back, that'd be pretty hype.
I would do whatever for anonymous patron because he has been our number one supporter.
Yes.
He really has been. He gave us
I
tons
agree.
of great ideas. Been very supportive.
But that's the big news.
I'm excited to change and be consistent for anonymous patron.
Yeah.
Probably specifically just because he was so excited.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like we let him down. I really do. I feel kind of sad. We let him down a little bit.
We definitely did.
But it's okay. We're gonna make up for it. We're making up for it.
And then definitely a lot coming to the socials.
Socials are gonna get hit
Those
hard.
will be a full
So,
change up.
Ready to be spammed because we don't hardly use the socials at
Yeah, we're
all.
really bad at it. I'm going to try to get better.
Every day. Even if
Yeah.
we're gonna making.
I have
You know
some
what?
solid plans.
I just got.
I have some solid plans
I
because
just
I
got
think
a great idea.
you can
I'm
do
gonna
a
share
couple
with
things.
you guys afterwards.
Okay. But thanks for our comeback. Thanks for listening to our comeback episode. Brent, if you want my comeback, you can go to your apartment. It's on your pillow. Yeah, we stopped by Brent's apartment earlier today because he's not there. We
Brent's
said
old apartment.
reminisce on the old times. Just took
Yeah.
a couple things.
I was
vintage
I was
items.
gonna steal some of your sound panels, but Sam said you would notice.
I want those sound panels. I need to grab those sometime.
You have so many.
How many does he have?
I know, and they
Does
would
he have
fill up this
more
entire.
sound kit
I need
or
them.
more
They would
XLR
fill up
cables?
this
I think he has
entire
more debt
corner
than
I'm
he has.
recording in.
But we can't keep bringing up Brent's dead. He's gonna leave us.
All right, Brent. I do have a serious question for you. Why do you have so many XLR cables?
Okay, so I have the 4 Cable Matters ones that we bought, the good ones, and then each mic came with an XLR to XLR.
The good one.
It came with an XLR to XLR and then an XLR to aux.
Brent, I
So
counted.
that's
Do you
why
know
I
how
have
many-
so many.
If you had to guess, how many XLR cables do you own?
4 plus 3 plus 3, so 6, 10.
I really didn't think you'd get it, but he has exactly 10. But also, Brent, you have 10 XLR cables, but we own 4 mics. Why?
I literally explained to you where they came
I
from.
know, but it just seems...
All 3 of the dumb mics came with an XLR to aux and an XLR to XLR, and then I bought the good XLR cables, 4 of them.
Okay. I was just wondering.
I respect the investment into the pod.
I do too.
Sometimes you got to invest in
Yeah.
yourself first.
I think
Brent
when
invests
all
in
of our
himself all the time.
scenarios-
That's why he's in debt.
I know. Yeah, I think when all of our scenarios get better and when the pod gets a little
All
bit
of
bigger, I
ours.
want to invest more
I think
into
mine and
into-
Sam's scenarios are fine.
Brent, we're going to be making $150,000 from this pod.
Yeah, me and Sam.
Mark it down. We already got a plan. We're good.
What do you mean?
The pod's going to be bringing in $150,000 a year.
Also, you steal all the patron money.
Yeah, we'll talk
Yeah,
about that
I
off.
have to pay-
We'll talk about that
I have
off
to pay
script.
rent.
I want my $6, Brent.
We'll talk about it off script.
Wait, no, it's $6 total. I want
But
$2.
I think that's it for the episode, right? We have anything else to talk about?
I don't think we had anything else to talk about.
We enjoy you guys. Anybody that is listening to this, thank you for staying with us
If
during
here-
these tough times.
This is my promise to anyone listening to this now. We will be back next week.
Yes.
For sure.
I will see you next week.
100%.
For sure.
We will be back next week and the week after that.
All
Even-
3 of us will be
Well,
back
even
next
if
week.
one of us isn't on it, it will get done.
Nope, all 3 of us will be here.
Can we count on
I
all of
agree.
us?
Yes.
I'm referring to someone.
Yes.
I can count on Brent.
God damn it.
We'll figure it out.
All right, we're going to make it work. But we
Okay.
will see you next week.
Thank you.
Much love.
Goodbye and good riddance.
Oh, wait, we didn't do that. I guess we don't need to do the thing if we're not doing a movie.
Yeah,
Good
we don't need
riddance.
it. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's a...
It's a bit hostile.
Yeah.
All right. I'm Audi 5000. We'll see you later.
I'm Audi TT.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. That's what it was. I forgot what we said because it's been so long.